closer to the dock, and the fishermen have decided to fish right here. So I'm starting to pull it in now. It was just about wrapped round us a minute ago. But yeah, they're starting to pull it in on the beach. Yeah, we moved to a much more convenient place next to the dock. I don't think we'll even use the engine and the motor. We'll just the dinghy will just row it, because it's not worth starting the engine for that distance. I don't. So this is the remains of the old theatre. Not quite sure what the orientation is, whether we're looking at the stage now. And this is the seating up here, I'm not sure. But this is the remains of the old theatre. And just behind the other wall here is the prison, where one of the two survivors of the catastrophe of May 1902 was when he survived. So this is what was the town prison, and the guy that survived was in this little hut down here, so protected from direct contact with the gases. He survived, although he was quite badly burned.
Martinique as we depart Saint-Pierre, Martinique. It is really beautiful, beautiful location. The volcanic mountain in the background, and we're setting off. It's just about 6:30 in the morning. We'll start going to work, and we're all set. We're going to another part of Martinique called Maran, M-I-R-I-N. Well, we've never been there. We're going to go and explore. We were going to France, but we've changed our mind. So now we got a sunrise departure. Sunrise departure, not yet there, but what a beautiful sky. And that's your update. The sails going up. Going up. We can put the sails up and see what happens. But it's such a beautiful day. This is your update from Not So Bad, John and Sam.
Okay, well, we've been motoring for just about an hour, and suddenly we've got some wind, 15 to 20 knots, and as soon as we've come around this point here, I think some a bit of fetch. So we're sailing nicely at 6.5 knots or so, and we're 2 reefs from the main, and the whole jet is out. We're heading down to Le Marin, which is way down here. So a bit to go. 22, 23 miles, something like that. And we've already done 4.5. So, onwards and upwards. So we're back to motor sailing. The wind is getting back up again. It's 10 knots now. It was down at 5. We started motor sailing. Can't make up now whether it's worth shutting down the engine or not, because when we turn the corner we're going to be going straight into wind, I would think.
Hi everybody, today Thursday the 2nd of March, as we head towards Marin, also in Martinique. That is our location. Okay, wind is doing 19 knots, we are doing 7 knots. And we've got Diamond Rock just in front of us.
To Marina. Our man asked us to park in the marina, so we're here and we've done 49, almost 50 miles today. It's 50 for the month because we moved yesterday morning closer to the dock in Saint Pierre. 50 miles and with a maximum of 23.6, 24 knots, and we did a maximum of 9 knots exactly, which is pretty good sailing into wind. So there we go. Welcome to Marina. Okay, so shortly after I posted the video giving Javier Mondon a great thumbs up for the work he did, the generator stopped running. Sorry, that's not true. The generator stopped working. It would run all right. The work that Javier did was fine. It was still running fine, but every time I tried to connect the power, this circuit breaker down here popped. And today we've had the man round to fix it, and he's fixed it. It turned out it needed a new control board, which is this thing down here underneath all these wires. Needed a new control board. That's the good news, that it's fixed. The bad news is the control board cost €1,000. So, we're just about done. As I said, the generator has been repaired at a cost of €1,400, but hopefully that will keep us going for a while. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Yesterday Sandra and I did a couple of jobs. The first one was we repaired the car at the bottom or the head of the sail. It was all had 2 screws coming out of it, which meant we had to drop the sail bag down, drop the sail on the thing onto the deck really, and slide all the cars out until we could get to the appropriate one at the head of the sail. The reason you have to take the others out is because they all sit in a groove, and the entrance to the groove is at the bottom, so you have to take the others out of the way so that you can get the top one to the groove. We also repaired the trampoline front attachment. The front attachment is held on by gizmos like this, and some time ago this one parted company, and it was right in the middle somewhere, or virtually in the middle, and we left it for a while thinking that one didn't make much difference, and then a second one went sort of about 2/3 of the way, and the whole bar broke off, the whole loop broke off this one, and I felt that we ought to do something about it. Still plenty left, I admit, but if they're starting to give up the ghost, it may be time for us to start thinking about replacing them. So Sandra and I replaced 2 of them. There's the new ones, they're not quite the same as the old ones. They are very similar, but if anything, they look more sturdy. There's one there, I think there's one there. Somebody just motoring past. It wasn't really a very big job, except that there's a retaining nut in here, which we had to get out without dropping it in the sea, which was tricky. And then you have to slide each individual one out and take them out till we could get to the ones that were broken. So we had to go just about to the halfway stage or so to get it out, and then you have to feed them back in again, and then you have to loop and re-tension the rope, which is not a huge job, but it's quite tiring, it's quite difficult. You can't really stand on the net while you're doing it, you have to stand on the crossbeam, and that makes it awkward. But nonetheless, we did it, and I'm pleased. I've got a couple of spares. If some more go, we can do some more. Maybe I should have got some more than just a couple. We'll see. Anyway. Okay, so it's our last night here in the marina at Le Marin, and we've just had a lovely evening with our good friends Frederick and Anne, who we first met back in August in Las Palmas, Gran Canaria. And on the way back from their boat, we just stopped to steal some Wi-Fi. Guess what's happening? Guess what's happening?
Karaoke!
Right. So Sandra's going to sing a song in a minute, aren't you, Sandra?
Don't worry about a thing.
Once again, we're going to be sorry to be leaving a place, aren't we?
We just get into it, and it's time to sail on again. So this is the sailing line.
The world keeps going around. We have to keep going around. Well, we've left the dock, and we're in the queue for fuel. And as you can hear, our problem has returned. It hasn't been solved completely. It didn't last very long before it came back. And I've just texted our man to see if he can come and help us, because this isn't very satisfactory. We paid €300 to get that fixed. It lasted precisely about 4 minutes. So, it's what it is. Okay guys, we're here at St Anne's, and you can see it's a pretty popular spot here as well. We're anchored in 3 metres of water. That's 3 metres below the hull, so it's probably closer to 5. We've got 20 in the water. It's not a huge amount, but I think it's going to be sufficient. I hope it is anyway. It's a very short journey out here, just 3 miles, and we motored gently all the way. Most of the 3 miles is zigzagging around the various reefs and shoals that you have to avoid on the way out of the Marin cul-de-sac. But yeah, we're here. It's a nice spot.
fait moins de ça. Je vois là, je crois c'est un ange. Et puis ça devient la planche. Je vois là tomber talon. Il enlève son pantalon. Et c'est avec émotion. Et je me souviens de la passion. C'est bon. C'est bon.
I've made it to the top. The shrine is here behind me, and it's a beautiful spot. Sadly though, the view is somewhat spoiled by the trees, which is a pity, but nonetheless it's a beautiful view out over the bay, and so we're out there somewhere in the distance. Another view from a little bit lower down. There's a dinghy dock down there just behind the church, the way we're looking, and a nice view of the bay. St. So we're just about to set off from St. Anne's at the end of Martinique.
End of the Martinique run.
And we've had a nice time here. And the Commodore's getting in the water for the first time in ages. She's gone as if it's cold.
On the ladder again.
It isn't. It's lovely and warm actually. But anyway, here we are in St. Anne's. Once we've had a swim, we're going to set off. Okay, everybody, and welcome to Not So Bad again. It's Saturday the 11th and we're just about to depart. We've got the port engine running, and since there's plenty of space, the Commodore is going to take us off the anchor.
Yes.
Okay.
We're gonna head from Martinique to Barbados. We're sailing to Barbados. Hey.
Welcome. Bienvenue à la Martinique. Si vous êtes content d'être à la Martinique, levez